Good afternoon, Zimbabweans. My name is Panyika Karimanzira. I'm talking to you today from Northampton, United Kingdom. I wish to comment on the resignation of Mr. Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of Britain, of the United Kingdom. I wish our citizens and politicians in Zimbabwe could take a leaf from the recent developments in British politics, which culminated in the resignation of Boris Johnson from both being leader of the ruling party, the Conservatives, and from being the Prime Minister of the British Prime Minister today, Thursday, 7th July 2022. Mr. Boris Johnson's tenure, as you know, was marked by scandals, which included allegations of sleaze. Citizens, on their part, did not hesitate to point out instances of sleaze, and as they occurred, and it did not fear to criticize Boris Johnson and his government. They also punished the Conservative Party in recent by-elections. Conservative members of parliament also criticized their leader both inside and outside parliament, and sometimes even voted with the opposition on motions that sought to keep the prime minister in check. Some of them even voted for a motion of vote of no confidence in the prime minister, which Mr. Boris Johnson survived not so long ago. Now, members of Mr. Boris Johnson's cabinet and parliament resigned in large numbers in the last 2 days, thereby making his tenure untenable and forcing him to resign. That is how it should be in a democratic society. When prime ministers, presidents, ministers, or other people holding positions of responsibility fail, they should resign. Ministers and members of parliament should also be willing to resign if they are not happy with the leadership of government. Nobody should masquerade as being entitled to rule forever or indispensable. There should be no sacred cow in our politics. I wish Zimbabweans we could take a leaf from this and looking at our own situation in Zimbabwe. We have been ruled by the same party for the past 42 years, and their tenure has been marked by a genocide, Gukurahundi. It has been marked by murder of citizens whenever we're going towards elections. It has been also marked by enforced disappearances. We have people who are not accounted for up to date. The likes of Paul Chizuze, who disappeared, was it sometime in 2012? We also have Itai Zamara, who disappeared. It should be 2015. There are so many others who were not as prominent as the two I have mentioned, and so many others who we never got to know of. But you will agree with me that the tenure of ZANU-PF has been one of murder, forced disappearance, persecution of citizens, corruption, and bad policies, and our country is basically on its knees now as we speak. We really need to do something as citizens of Zimbabwe. We need to take the bull by its horns if we are to change the situation in our country. Now it's time where the change of government should not be something that we are afraid to say. Regime change should be our mantra. We really need to change the regime in Zimbabwe. That should be our mantra. No need to be ashamed of it, because that government is not serving us very well. I thank you.